On today's Mortal Kombat News Mashup, Mortal Kombat characters may have a future in the Street Fighter and MultiVersus franchises, Mortal Kombat 1's next story expansion may have been revealed, and did Ed Boon just confirm a Mortal Kombat spinoff is in the works? That and more. What's up guys, welcome to the Mortal Kombat News Mashup, right on the latest news in Mortal Kombat that you might have missed from the week. Today's a jam-packed episode, so let's get to it. Getting us started in the current season of Invasions, a new secret fight has been uncovered that gives us confirmation and a taste of what's to come next season. User Lost Man Soul on Twitter tagged users Ice Cream, The Thinny, and Interloco in a post detailing how he was able to find Invasion Season 6 secret fight with next season's Titan boss, Titan Shang Tsung. In the post he said, to get this secret fight in Invasions with Titan Shang in the next season's Souls, after you beat Boss Reptile, you need to get Medallion Pretendant and activate him before you start the match. Aside from just being a cool way to get some practice in before the next season starts, this post further confirms that Shang Tsung will indeed be the next boss for Season 7 of Invasions, as it was leaked and teased earlier this month. What are your thoughts on Shang Tsung being the next Titan boss for the next season of Invasions, and have you been able to unlock this secret fight? Let me know in the comments down below. Moving on to possible crossover news, could Mortal Kombat characters be guests in the Street Fighter franchise? The recent Year 2 character DLC for Street Fighter 6 introduced Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui, both of Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, which has fans of Street Fighter interested in what characters from outside the franchise could be added next. Street Fighter 6 director and producer Takayuki Nakayama and Shuhei Matsumoto had an interview with VG 24/7 where they discussed the future guest characters in Street Fighter. As reported by Event Hubs, during the interview noted how figures like Mortal Kombat's Sub-Zero immediately started trending on social media after the big reveal of the Year 2 characters, to which Nakayama responded with the following, quote, "I don't see it as a negative. In fact, like you just mentioned, what about Sub-Zero? Well, there may well be Street Fighter 6 players who aren't as familiar with the Mortal Kombat IP, so if the goal is to get more people interested in fighting games in general, and a crossover like that gets people talking about which characters should cross over, I mean, I obviously can't make any promises, but the fact that we're having this conversation just means that more and more people are getting interested. There is a chance for the fighting game community to reach a whole new audience, so we see it as a positive thing, and we encourage that kind of discussion and comments." The Event Hubs article continues with, "The main cause for pushback on this idea is the fact that Mortal Kombat is gorier than Street Fighter. Characters are ripped apart, explode, and destroyed in Mortal Kombat, so there's a certain amount of expectation that at least on some level of violence and gore will follow them. Developers like Capcom may not be too keen on having their characters portrayed in this manner, and so a harmony is naturally hard to come by." I would say Mortal Kombat being a more violent franchise than Street Fighter shouldn't hold it back from being able to be, have some type of harmony together. I mean, just take Mortal Kombat versus DC. Obviously with that game, we didn't actually get, we got some violence, but there wasn't a whole lot of gore that we come to expect from the franchise, so it can be done. And I think if you're a Street Fighter fan, or if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, I think you can kind of put those things aside just to collectively have them both be in the game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. In more potential crossover news, could Mortal Kombat characters be coming to Multiversus? On Monday, user Nashe_MVS on Twitter posted a concept art of Mortal Kombat character Scorpion in the world of Multiversus in hopes of petitioning for the character to be in the game. The concept art, which was done by user Represel, shows Scorpion stylized in the world of Multiversus with his infamous flame, sword, and kunai chain. While this topic has been brought up before, it has been quickly shot down due to the violent nature of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Fans, however, have new hope that we could see the character or characters from the franchise in the game, when Player First Games community manager Ajax replied to Nashe's post with a teasing look emoji. With nothing else to go off of, this may be all we get until something more official comes out from either Player First Games or Ed Boon Camp. Currently, Multiversus has characters that could be considered similar to Scorpion and Mortal Kombat with the Joker, Harley Quinn, Agent Smith, and especially Jason Voorhees. I think when you add these type of characters to the game, you tone them down when they get the cartoon treatment for the game, making them more acceptable for fans and families. I think if he were to be added to the game, fans wouldn't be saddened that he doesn't get to bloody or decimate his adversaries in the game. This isn't the first time Mortal Kombat characters have been thought to be added to a more family-friendly video game franchise. Back in 2021, it was leaked that Scorpion and Sub-Zero would be making their way to Fortnite. That of course didn't happen, but given Multiverse is a WB Games property, it doesn't completely seem out of the realm of possibility. Would you want to see Scorpion in Multiversus? Let me know down below. Switching over to esports news, a recent winner at CEO 2024 won the grand prize, but at a cost. As reported by VG 24/7, player Rez Dialog, one of the best General Shao players in the world and multiple major tournament winner, managed to take home the first place belt at CEO 2024 for Mortal Kombat 1, along with a $565 cash prize. However, a few matches prior, in the winner's final, he celebrated his victory by picking up his chair and throwing it over the wrestling ring ropes surrounding the console setup. The thrown chair ended up crashing down onto a set of LED lights, causing damage. The LED lights have been identified as the Elation Chorus Line 16 LED light with a retail price of about $3,000. In response to Dialog's chair throw, tournament organizer Alex Jabali posted several tweets, including one where he asked for Dialog's PayPal because, quote, somebody's paying for that broken light fixture and it's not me. And following this up with the declaration that, quote, if one person pops off throwing anything, you will be banned from any event I ever do. This is a final warning to anyone in the future, do not throw things, end quote. Back in 2021, Jabali took similar action against an attendee who pulled a fire alarm at the event, forcing a mass evacuation. It's unclear whether Dialog will eventually end up having to pay for a new light. It's possible that either CEO, the venue in Daytona Beach, his sponsor, or even insurance will foot the bill for the light. Neither Dialog or Jabali has elaborated on the matter further since it has happened. Up next, a recent tweet from Ed Boon gives fans hope that a spin-off game for Mortal Kombat is happening. On Tuesday, Jim's Retro Emporium asked a question on Twitter, which Mortal Kombat duo do you think deserves their own Shaolin Monks-style spin-off game, while also tagging Ed Boon. Ed reposted the tweet with the response, without a doubt, when we do one, it will be Scorpion and Sub-Zero, further confirming that a new spin-off Mortal Kombat game could happen. This comes 2 weeks after user vScooper on Twitter hinted that this could happen. In his tweet, he said, gaming rumor, take it cautiously, it's too early, but it's what I've been hearing from NetherRealm is reportedly exploring an action-adventure mode or spin-off for one of their titles. Most likely for MK, but Injustice might not be too far behind. We'll see how it plays out. Cole Young himself, Louis Tan, agreed with Ed's choice, and of course he would because assuming a spin-off game featuring the two ninjas happens, and his character makes it out of Mortal Kombat 2, maybe he could get a part of a live-action movie version of that game. In a previous video where I covered this topic, I talked about how a Shaolin Monks 2 had long been rumored as a potential spin-off game, but that a Sub-Zero Scorpion spin-off would be better. It's nice to see Ed agreeing with me and would like to explore more into the world of the ninja clans and the main characters' relationship with each other. Are you happy with Ed's tease, or do you want a different spin-off? And finally, the next chapter for Mortal Kombat 1 has possibly been revealed. User @thethinny on Twitter has posted a full data mine of the future story expansion coming to Mortal Kombat 1, along with future DLC. In his post, he starts off with Mortal Kombat 1 story DLC, full data mine details below. Warning, spoilers, do not read beyond this point. Link at the end of the tweet, along with the photo of Havoc. In his next post, he says, new characters, we'll have 2 fighters, 1 an update for an existing fighter, probably his own DLC, 1 cameo, 1 unknown Titan Havoc minion, and 1 unknown Earthrealm helper. He goes on to say the key players in the story are Chaos Havoc along with Chaos minions, including Takeda, Emperor Rain and his wife Empress Tanya, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Cage, DLC Cyrax, an African-American female warrior, DLC Sector, potentially sister of Cyrax, unconfirmed, a female inventor, DLC cameo Harumi, Scorpion's wife, acts as a female Scorpion, a DLC skinned Chaos Bihan, which is Noob Saibot with Chaos moveset, and new character Orin, which is a female version of the Armageddon Dragon controlled by Titan Havoc. He finishes his post with, there are 2 people who I couldn't map correctly, some dude who is working with Havoc, another probably female working with Earthrealm. There's a 3rd female entity with Chameleon who I currently believe is Cyrax. So a lot of what he said in these posts are things that we've kind of been hearing recently with some of the leaks that have been coming out for Mortal Kombat, the story expansion especially. I've covered quite a bit of those, and I'll have those in the description down below. But just from the core of what he said as far as new characters and as far as the story arc, I think as far as us getting an update to an existing character, obviously we don't have the current skin for the Havoc, Chaos Havoc that we saw at the end of the story for part 1. So I think having him not be his own character, but a skin to an existing Havoc would be cool. I'd be down for that. As far as having a Titan Havoc minion, I hope that's not Takeda. I hope that's a new character like the Orin character that he kind of details in one of his posts. I think that'd be good to kind of have someone special that we haven't had yet that he brings from that realm. I would love to see that happen. And it says 1 unknown Earthrealm helper, and that maybe that could possibly be either. I mean, we assume that's Cyrax and Sector. We don't know if they're good, bad, what their case is, but maybe they're on the good side, or maybe it is Scorpion's wife. Maybe it's going to be Harumi. We don't really know. Some of the details that he covers, we do see that, we have Emperor Rain and his wife Empress Tanya, which we know from that Rain and Havoc are kind of teaming up, so we know that could be where Tanya comes into play. But again, the way the Mortal Kombat story is playing out, what you assume you've known before, with this reboot, anything can happen, anything can change, so I'll be kind of curious how that stuff plays out. With the Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Cage, we have been seeing in some leaks of as far as a World War II character or some other type of version of Johnny Cage. So I wonder if that's going to probably be where we get that version of the character. Again, I'm not really sure about the female versions of Cyrax and Sector. I'm all for that. I'm not against that at all. Gender bending, it doesn't really matter to me. So I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I don't really care if they're ninja style, if they're cybernetic. I'm all for it. I know a lot of fans and players have been excited about Noob Saibot coming to the game. I'm not really sure if I would want it more of the skin approach, just a skin be Han, but I mean, it's possible that's what could happen, but I think it'd be nice if he was his own character, you know, again, that maybe that's the minion that Havoc brings with him. I think that'd be better than having him be a skin of Sub-Zero. I mean, I get that he's trying to be like a mirror image, so I guess that's possible why he would say it that way, but nonetheless, I think that's more of what I would go with. But what do you think about the details that Ethathin has uncovered? Again, we've seen in recent leaks that supposedly in the fall, around the anniversary date, we could possibly get a announcement for the story expansion and possibly a Titan edition of the game. Again, in a recent video that I covered, we kind of went through the various possible release dates for the individual DLC for Kombat Pack 2. So make sure you catch that out. But let me know your thoughts down below if you were excited for the next chapter in Mortal Kombat 1. And that's it for today's Mortal Kombat News Mashup, guys. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below which about all the stories that I've covered today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.